I'm going to go to Rack first. Another important win, but it was a standout performance in that second half. 4 goals scored, a clean sheet, 5 points clear at the top. I don't suppose you could ask for much more, really.
You're gonna bottle it like you're gonna bottle the league, probably. What are you doing, mate?
Sorry. Yeah, look, it was a good performance. You're always kind of a little bit wary after a break going away, but we did the job. Second half, we looked really, really good, and I'm really happy. Top of the league. Couldn't really ask much more. Pretty much everyone on the pitch definitely had a very good second half. First half wasn't quite so good. Actually, wasn't so good, but the thing is, we controlled it, and the fact is, when you control the game, then and you're playing it around, the other team is going to get tired. And I was confident that in the second half the opportunities would come. And Jota was excellent. Nunes was very good today. 2 goals for both of them. Pretty much, I can't think of a single player who had a bad overall game. So yeah, really happy.
I'll get you happy. Sam, same. I mean, Rack seems very, very, very calm for a 4-0 win. Almost upset they won so much. I wasn't sure if I was talking to Rack or Lee Gunner for a moment. I was confused. But Sam, how do you feel after that win today? Because for me, it sent a huge message to your title contenders.
Listen, I said this from before. I'm not worried about Bournemouth at all. Like, literally, I expected this from Liverpool. Especially with the way Bournemouth play, they're gonna give us space. And what do we do well with space? We exploit it. So it's a brilliant performance by this whole team. McAllister was absolutely brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. Darwin Núñez did his thing, and that's what I asked for Darwin Núñez to do. Keep on doing that. Trust me, you will be a mainstay in that team, solidified. I mean, like, the first half was, I wouldn't say the first half was poor. I would say it was okay, but there was some certain things that we needed to improve on. As soon as the second half came, boom, blitzed them. We just blitzed them, absolutely blitzed them. And sometimes, I have to call out some podcasts that were, and not the Football Terrorists, but some podcasts that really had some lazy analysis before this game about Liverpool versus Bournemouth. They got excited about this Bournemouth run that they had. I think it was like 6 wins in 8 and something like that. And they said, you can do things to Liverpool, this and that. Liverpool have lost Robertson, Salah, and so and so. And I said, in the past few years, Liverpool have beaten Bournemouth at their ground nearly every time, except for last season when they beat us 1-0 where we didn't have any midfield. So what do you think is going to happen today? We even beat them before early in the season in the League Cup 2-1. So this is routine for me. I've always said this.
I bet you weren't thinking the same the first half. I bet you weren't.
What do you mean?
You see that? This is after the fact, bro. Listen,
don't do that.
Listen, you played very well. You played very well.
90 minutes.
This is what I don't
the game
like.
is 90 minutes.
This is what I don't
like.
Get
that hammer out.
You literally, yes, Liverpool played fantastic in the second half. First half, I was watching the game, very exciting. It was 50-50. This Bournemouth team is a very good team under Iraola. Liverpool winning 4-0 sends a very, very big message. But you aren't looking at Spurs, for example, under Ange, the same as Mourinho or Conte. So for you to come here and say, yeah, we beat Bournemouth 9-0, well, everybody was watching that first half and seeing Bournemouth were playing well. We're head-to-head with Liverpool. The second half, you completely dominated the second half, right? You completely dominated the second half, and that's because of the difference in quality. But for you to come here and say, what did you expect to happen? Nobody, after the first half, look at the stats, right? They had similar shots. They were trying to move the ball. They looked all right. And stop me when I'm wrong, right? Stop me when I'm wrong.
No.
45 minutes.
I'll stop you right there. They weren't controlling the game. No, they weren't controlling the game.
And you weren't as well. And you weren't as well.
No. We were. We absolutely were. The first 5 or 10 minutes, they gave us a couple of hairy moments, right? But apart from that, the rest of the first half, we weren't cutting them open, creating clear-cut open chances. But we were dominating the ball. We were playing it around, and I was confident that eventually the openings would come. especially as they tired. Now, because as you say, as teams tire, then the quality shows, and our quality did show. But
Right.
so that's why even after the end of the first half, I was confident we were going to come through it.
And just to add on for that, the reason why Mo can't do this, because how many times have people said in the season about Liverpool and then second half we absolutely blitzed them?
I actually said, see, that's the difference. I actually call it as I see it. I said Liverpool are the most consistent team in the league on the top 6 match reactions on my channel with other people's channels. I said Liverpool are the most consistent team. Your dip was 2 draws against Arsenal and Man United. So I'm not saying that Liverpool, and I was going to ask another question actually. I'm going to ask, if we see Liverpool like this, winning 4-0 away at Bournemouth, which not a lot of teams can do in this league, why aren't Liverpool the favorites? I was actually going to ask this question and answer it, and I see how it is, right? And but for you to come here and say, what did people expect? This is a different Bournemouth. We know that Iraola set up the team very well. Who plays against Liverpool pressing from the first minute?
There's a reason why I said that.
Who does that?
There's a reason why I said that. And the reason why I was calling it out, because I actually had logic behind it to actually go off of, especially previous games that we have played Bournemouth.
I cut you off.
Also looking at the way Bournemouth play. Liverpool struggle against low blocks. Bournemouth don't play a low block. What did you expect? Exactly.
Maybe the first half. So what happened the first half? So hold on. See,
I
am telling you.
There's so many things that
see, Rack literally analyzed the game. Rack said the first half they tried to go head to head to us, and they were like, yes, we didn't cut them open. They didn't sit back 45 minutes, right? Iraola should have sat back more the second half, but he tried to give the same energy, which is what exactly happened in the game. Your quality showed when they got tired, because they cannot match Liverpool's energy, because you have better players, you have higher quality players, you have better manager out there that knows how to manage the game. This is it. But for you to tell me here that, yeah, we see that Liverpool were going to blitz Bournemouth. Well, nobody saw that the first half. I was watching here in the commentators, and everybody, I don't know who you guys had, and they were saying,
Mo.
So you expected them to get tired in the second? Sorry, Rack, I'm not talking to you, Rack.
Yes.
Because you analyze the game well. I'm not talking to you, Rack. I am not. Listen, I am not.
You know the reason why you can't do this?
I'm talking because he analyzed the game well. He didn't come here and say, well, what did you expect? We won 4-0. We didn't say that. Go ahead. I'm done.
All right, cool. The reason why you can't do this is because I've said this in previous match reactions before. And I've always said this. Liverpool do not struggle against teams that try to play against us. So when I said, what did you expect? I expected Liverpool to win every game in January. And now people are now realizing this. I also expected my strikers to step up. I said this before. So none of this is a surprise to me. What I'm calling out was the lazy analysis that people were saying before the game about Bournemouth and not actually looking at Liverpool's strengths, especially against a team that doesn't play a low block. That's why I said, I asked the question, what did you expect? That's all I'm saying.
So why didn't you score the first half?
Mo,
we'll move on. I want him to answer this, and let's move on from this point. Why didn't you score the first half? They didn't play.
Why didn't we score in the first 10 minutes? Why didn't they score in the first 15 minutes? Like, why are you putting that arbitrary period of time on it? It's just whether we scored within 10 minutes of the second half. So, like, you know, it's
about tiring. It's not about them playing high line, is it? Here is the argument, Rack. If it's about playing a high line, you would have scored in the first half. Actually, in the second half, you had more ball position, and positional-wise on the pitch, Bournemouth dropped a little bit deeper, right? Not so much deeper. So, what's your name, brother? Lewis, right?
No, Samuel.
Samuel. I'm sorry, Samuel.
That's right.
Your analysis that what did you expect the first when a play plays a high line? But for 45 minutes, you didn't look as comfortable when the team actually had higher line. So it's about a team getting tired. It's not about the high line. That's the point.
This is why I disagree with you.
All right, then.
The team getting tired. I've seen this many times with Liverpool that sometimes we can get shell-shocked. Again, Bournemouth at the beginning of the season, when we beat them 3-1, they put the pressure on us. As soon as we controlled the game, we ended up winning. I've seen this too many. This is not one game. This is multiple games where I've seen of Liverpool. Cool. The first half we didn't score. However, we did control the game. There was only like the last 15 minutes of the first half where we had some hairy moments there. But as soon as I saw it and I looked at it and I was like, if Liverpool just get the passes together, we're beating them 2-3-0. I didn't think 4-0. Cool, fair enough. But 2-3-0, that's how the game's going to go. And we ended up beating them 4-0, which I'm not surprised with.
Right then.
I hear you on that. Boys, I want to ask about a few of the players and their performances today before we move on to a few other subjects. Darwin Núñez today stepped up with a brace, played the left, played through the centre. I'm going to Mo first as a neutral to this. He's had a lot of stick. He's had a lot of criticism, but that was a stellar performance today from him.
Improving, massively improving, stepping up, to be honest. And I can't believe I'm saying this because I didn't think he's going to step up. He's absolutely improving. He's proven me wrong and other people wrong as well. He's actually, I think Jurgen Klopp has worked on what does he do with the ball. He isn't trying so hard to do stuff with the ball. He's playing direct. He isn't trying to do something that is not in his locker. And that's why he looks very, very good, right, on the pitch. The way he's holding the line, the way he's passing the ball simple, moving to the spaces. I think he did very well today to the level that you expect from maybe someone like him who isn't Diego Jota, who isn't like someone with a lot of dribbling ability. I thought he played very well. And I think Jurgen Klopp has to get credit for this because I see the improvement on Darwin Núñez massively, to be honest, in the last 2 games. And this is something that's what Jurgen Klopp does to you. He improves players and he can do very, very well with some players. I didn't think he has it in him, Darwin Núñez, but he's proven me wrong, is my opinion.
I think the main thing is a tactical change. Darwin Núñez in this game mainly played on the left wing. Now, with that, it just gives him a little bit more space to actually exploit. Because one thing I did see, and I'm going to take it back to the Arsenal game, when we beat them 2-0 at the FA Cup, was that when Darwin Núñez was trying to go through, Saliba was really tracking his runs. And because Saliba is very fast, Darwin Núñez couldn't get the end of the balls. And then when Klopp changed it and put Darwin Núñez on the wing because he knows that the fullbacks there, Darwin Núñez will absolutely burst them. That carried on with this game. Listen, Darwin Núñez today, it's like he didn't overthink things. That's what I'll say. He didn't overthink things. He went straight, simple, and and this is what I keep on saying. Yeah, Jota coming back was absolutely pivotal for us because he gives a level of calm in the attack, a level of composure in the attack, and it feeds off our other strikers. And this is why you get the performance from Darwin Núñez. I've always wanted Darwin Núñez to do well. He just needs to convert a lot of the chances that he misses. But Darwin Núñez, all praise to you. Well done today.
Rak, how about yourself? Because he has had a lot of criticism, as you know. A lot of people kind of have written him off. I know it isn't just about stats, but 20 GA so far this season, and we're about just past the halfway mark. That's a solid return by any standard.
Yeah, in terms of pure numbers, I don't think you can argue he had a good game today. He was effective. I've been a little bit more kind of on the fence with him, and but that's mainly because I want Liverpool to be challenging for the league. I want Liverpool to be winning league. And whilst we can spend money, we can't spend money to length, or we haven't spent money to the stretch that other teams have. And so therefore, when you spend, 100 million euros or what could rise to 100 million euros, we need that player to bang. We need that player to be scoring 20 plus goals a season. He has some technical deficiencies, but he's trying to make up with it through hard work, grit, and this was a much better performance. And look, like I said, all I want is for Liverpool to win the league. All I want is for him to do well. So I think it's fair to analyse the areas that he hasn't been good at. Mo knows, we've spoke about it before. Mo is not the biggest fan of Darwin.
I'm not. I still think he cannot. I still think at the moment he cannot be the number 9 you aspire. But here is the difference today with his. You know what the difference today, to be honest, is Mohamed Salah not being there. You know the difference today?
Maybe, yeah.
It makes a massive difference in Darwin Núñez game. Mohamed Salah is someone who needs someone like a Firmino, someone who's even like a Mane, someone who's a good footballer around him. he can assist, he can actually play off him. Darwin Núñez isn't that guy. That's the thing. But I think today, listen, the front three, even Diaz playing on the right, I think Jurgen Klopp actually had the right combination without Mohamed Salah being there and without Gakpo being there. And that's something that we have him to give credit for, right? In the first half, it wasn't working to the best, but I thought that especially they were like Núñez switching the ball to Diaz was working well. I think Harvey Elliott switching the ball to Núñez was working all right because as Sam said, he had space at least. And in my opinion, I think he played all right. I still think he cannot be the number 9 you rely on, to be honest.
But this is the thing. My main point of contention but my main point of contention is when you're spending that amount of money, then there's a certain level that you need to be reaching. His position is to play as a central striker in general, and he's missed a lot of chances. Like I said, hopefully there's a reversion to the mean, and he scores in his next 10, 15, 20 games. He scores a lot more goals from harder chances, and then that kind of like balances out. But we saw that when he played in Portugal. We haven't seen that yet in Liverpool. But I want it to happen. Of course, I want it to happen, because if that happens, we're right in this league title. Like Mo, I'll go back to a quick point that you said. Why aren't Liverpool fans talking about Liverpool being favourites?
Why is Sam saying you're underdogs?
No, I don't know about underdogs. As Terry has said before,
why I'm fighting for Sam all the time about being underdogs?
Again, Mo, we're going to get onto the title race later, but technically they're underdogs because City are the favourites. But we're talking marginal underdogs, aren't we? I always think the word underdog is reserved for somebody we think has got no chance of winning it, and Liverpool certainly have a big chance of winning it. Yeah, so yeah,
but I said something. I know you're going to get later to the title race, but yeah, go ahead. Talk about Núñez.
I wanted to ask.